Hey guys, how's it going? I'm Carrington and
I'm Cindy Lee.
and we are your Los Angeles Realtors. We're going to be coming at you guys at least once a month with a new video. Our goal is going to be to really educate you, the viewers, on the constantly growing but changing real estate market in Los Angeles. But what we also really want to do is dive into each area and show you what it's truly like to live in those different areas in Los Angeles.
Yeah, many people didn't realize how big Los Angeles is. So our goal is to shoot like different videos about like different areas, the shops, events, restaurants, so the true idea of living in that particular area.
Yeah, but today we have a special video in store for you. For the holidays, we're going to show you a family recipe of mine, the chocolate walnut fudge. All right, we're coming at you guys. See you soon. So now we're going to show you my stepdad's famous family recipe for chocolate walnut fudge, and Cindy's going to tell you exactly what's needed for it.
So we need 1 cup of walnuts, 2 cups of sugar, 1 big bag of semi-sweet chocolate chips, 10 pieces of marshmallow, 1 stick of margarine, and 5 ounces of evaporated milk.
All right, guys, so for the first step, we're going to take the sugar, the marshmallows, and the evaporated milk and pour it all into the boiling pot.
Go ahead. I don't know how to bake. I'm just here to pretend. So, you say this is your family recipes, right?
Yes, was my stepdad's mother's who came up with it, and I believe it could have been passed down further, but I'm not sure. I need to take this over to the stove and have it reach a boil at a medium heat. Now the goal is you want the marshmallows to melt, but you also want to make sure you get all of the sugar melted, or else the fudge is going to be too grainy. So now that we have this at a nice boil over a medium heat, our goal is just to let the sugar melt down and the marshmallows. Once these do get all melted down, we'll add the stick of margarine and be able to go from there.
So what makes you decide to make this dish today?
I think it's just a great dish for the holidays. Everyone around this time loves to have something to make to bring home to their family, especially something that's sweet and heartwarming. And yeah, I just think it's a great dish for that time. So I wanted to share it with all of you, and something to add a little bit of spark and fun to our videos within real estate. So now we're getting pretty close to the point that we're going to want to add the margarine.
So do I throw the entire stick into it?
Yeah, so put the entire stick in with the heat still going.
Just like this?
Yeah. And then we'll let that mix it and melt down.
All right.
So, and then once that gets all melted down, we are going to then take it off the heat and put in the chocolate chips. All right, guys, now that we're back and we've removed our ingredients from the stove, we're going to take them in and add the chocolate chips right now.
Okay, tell me how. Slowly, bits by bits, or just the whole thing?
No, you can kind of just pour them in and we'll just get to stirring because we want the heat to really take over. Yeah, we want the heat to just really take over and melt these chocolate chips. Because, we are making chocolate chip fudge, so we got to get those all in and melted. Alright guys, so now it looks like the chocolate is going to be completely melted. So as you can see, it's just dribbling down. So we'll put it back and we'll add the walnuts now. Go ahead and just pour all those in. Yep. So as we said before, that's going to be 1 cup of walnuts. And then once again, we just want to mix it. And obviously too, if you have a nut allergy or anything like that, you can take the walnuts out, or you can use a different type of nut or anything. This same recipe is also great to make white chocolate fudge. The only thing you need to do differently is buy white chocolate chips instead of normal chocolate chips.
So it seems like it's very difficult to stir right now. So it's
yeah, it's getting a lot thicker. Yeah, so it's getting a lot thicker and we're good. So
do we need to move it to a pan or something?
Yeah, so we're going to put it on a serving dish. So what we're going to do is we'll get that prepped. We're going to put a little bit of olive oil on it just to make sure it doesn't stick. And you can use Pam too. We just don't have that with us, so we're going to do olive oil. Yeah, we'll get that started after you just mix this for a couple seconds more. And we'll go from there. All right, guys, so now that we're back, we got the hot fudge all mixed up with the chocolate chips and the walnuts off the stove, the serving dish, and then our olive oil that we're going to use to make sure it doesn't stick. Now, like I said, we're just going to use a little bit to make sure it doesn't stick. We don't want the taste or anything from it. So what I'm going to do is just put a little bit on this paper towel, and then we'll just wipe down the serving tray with it to make sure it gets enough. I'm going to do a little bit more than this, though.
Do you normally use a paper towel to actually put olive oil on, or use a brush?
It depends. Sometimes I don't have a brush, so I'll use this, but a brush is definitely going to be a little bit better. All right, so now this is all done. Cindy, you can go ahead and pour that in if you'd like. Maybe give it one last stir before.
Okay, one last. Wow, it's actually like a workout.
Yeah, it's starting to harden up, which is exactly what we want, guys. Because the next step we're gonna do here is once it's in here, we're gonna get it in the fridge to let it cool down and really solidify.
Is that how you actually put it into the serving dish?
Yeah, it's kind of like what you do with brownie mix. You'll just get it in there, and then from there we can push it and move it around with the spoon.
I'm glad that we pick a bigger serving dish because it seems like that's just a lot of.
Yeah, they actually look like they're gonna be the perfect thickness. Yep, so this looks great. So like we said, we're gonna have it be like this, spread it around. And then now we're gonna take it and put it in the fridge.
How long do we need to refrigerate the fudge?
You know, that's really gonna depend on the size serving dish you use. Along with that, it's gonna depend on the temperature of your fridge and what fridge. But I would say probably about 30 minutes to an hour, you should definitely have a pretty solid fudge. So if you do want to speed up the process, obviously you can put it in the freezer too.
So we'll wait for about, half an hour, you said?
Yeah, half an hour to an hour.
We'll come back and then try, Carrington's recipe.
All right, good job though.
Yeah.
We'll check back in with you guys. And then now, why don't we take a look at that fudge that we made? Give you a close-up real quick. All right, guys, so let's cut this into a couple slices and see how it came out. Hopefully you're trying this with us.
Wow, it looks pretty good. So do people normally mix maybe some alcohol into the fudge? I'm just curious because I do like, the taste of alcohol.
That's actually a great idea. I haven't heard of that, but I agree. I think that'd be a great additive to it. Just like a little hint of it to add something nice.
Do you like Bailey's or Kahlua?
I love Bailey's. Bailey's and coffee is one of my favorites. But obviously that's more just a weekend thing.
Okay, we gotta try the fudge.
Yeah.
I sort of involved in this making process, but
no, we did great. Cheers. All right. That's good. It's really chocolatey, but it's really good.
It's very rich.
And thank you guys so much for joining us. Hope you enjoyed it. Cheers.
Cheers.